like Kevin looking like,
No.
oh my God, this girl.
No, I was looking at Andre eating food. That's what I was looking at.
What are you eating? I didn't see.
Big hungry. That's what I was looking at over there.
Dang, did I eat today?
Sorry, he just posted, I'm so upset with myself for gaining all this weight.
Look.
Listen, it's a panoramic. You better be nice to yourself.
No, he was literally posting a picture where his abs shredded up. It was like, I'm gonna get back to this in January.
I've been losing. I was like 243 some months ago, and I'm at like 220. But like, yeah, I gotta get back to where I was. Kevin always reminds me. He's always like, "Yeah, man, you're shredded, man. You six pack," and I'm just sitting there crying inside, like, wish that was still me.
Play that Marvin's Room.
in the gym.
No, you can do it. Like we are all rooting for you. You do it in your time. Like I said, it is a panoramic. You know, I for one, I've noticed the differences in myself because of this panoramic.
It's tough. You know, you're scared to go to the gym because you don't want to catch your thing, and then it's like you're stuck at home eating. And then the food's good, and it's just like you at home making cinnamon rolls, and you're like, okay, let me have a steak. And then it's like, you have some green beans with that steak, and then it's like, okay, let me get some salsa. And you do that within an hour.
Man, and then you turn around and sit down and watch something. Like, I got comfortable, and then you laying on all that.
I feel like the work to get in shape doesn't equal like how good food tastes, you know?
Right. You could work out for hours and hours and hours. Like for me, I have low metabolism, so I can work out for hours, and then like I eat one meal and I just gain it all back. Like, so me, I have to be careful about what I eat. I have to eat like nothing.
That's not healthy.
And you better get you some quinoa and some kale and put some steak on that mug, okay?
I ate it all. I was hungry. I ate it all. I ain't got no more. I just ate it all. Starving over here.
It be like that. Hey, but you know what it takes, and you can get back to where you need to be. You know, we can send each other workout videos from YouTube. One thing I used to do, but we fell off from that. But that's a different story.
For the viewers, if you want to know some good chips and salsa, we got Trader Joe's. That's not sponsored. Trader Joe's garlic chipotle salsa. And, I got some elote corn chips, you know, some corn dippers, you know. Trader Joe's. Elote
Trader Joe's version?
Yeah.
That looked like it slapped.
It's really good out. And then it's kind of a healthy snack. Like I also have these veggie corn tortilla chips. So it's just vegetables condensed in chips, but like they're pretty fire too. I eat it with the chips and salsa. So this is like using my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Just right here. Just one dip.
Dude, that's how I am with guacamole. Like I was straight up, like that must be hidden.
Get this elote chips with the guac, I'm telling you.
Y'all be recommending all this good food to me, but I don't be going nowhere.
Andre know every single food in like every city in the U.S. I was going to Oklahoma. He's like, "Hey, make sure you try this place and by this city." I'm like, "How do you know that?"
All right, bro. Yes. Burger.
I was in Atlanta. He's like, "Bro, you need to try this from this. They got the best steak in the world. You just gotta. It's a hole in the wall." He just know everything.
See, that's good to know.
I'm passionate about food.
Like I told him. He said, "What?"
I'm passionate about food. I love it.
I know that's right. Me too. That's the problem.
What? Self-love.
Treat yourself. Y'all seen Parks and Rec?
Like 2 episodes.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, the joke didn't land for this crowd. Treat yourself. 2 of the characters at the show, it was Donna and with Aziz Ansari. Is that his name? They would have like self-care days where they would go just spend whatever on whatever they wanted on themselves. Like they would have those days. And I was like, that's very much my energy.
I think like a good part of like self-love is also like self-discipline, you know? You can't like do whatever you want and be like, that's self-love when you could be harming yourself, you know? Yeah. If you love yourself, you kind of have to like restrict or like control all your urges, you know?
And I love that because like you straight up, you are like my role model for self-discipline. He's like, I gotta finish this. I'm not gonna do this. I'm taking it so seriously. You know, with me in the past, I used to just be really reckless with my spending. Is this like, are you sending this now?
What the hey, it's
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He sent me a direct message calling me fat.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He said fat, and then he said fat as fuck.
We don't body shame over here.
Oh, Kevin be cussing. I telling your mama.
Leave chat.
I wasn't here, mama. That wasn't me.
No, that was a clone. Deep fake.
Caught you
My family
4K.
know I do, but I just don't do it in front of them. I feel like we're about to get into like something really good, and then like I got distracted.
You were talking about self discipline.
Yes.
Like spending.
So in the past I've had trouble with just like being reckless with my spending, especially with like me struggling with depression and stuff. Some of the ways that I deal with that is I just don't give a damn. I'm like, I'm about to spend it all. Whatever. Now, like my mama, shout out to my mama, she a real one. My ride or die. She helped me out. Like, she's like, you need to get this together. But I cried. I was so frustrated. I was like, oh my God, all my money is gone. I'm not a spoiled brat, but I am spoiled. But I've learned the importance of self-discipline.
Sometimes like present you is not gonna like what you're doing, but like future you will be happy of you being disciplined, you know?
Yes, like it's like little milestones, and it don't even have to apply to your wallet or it's just little milestones. Like you're like, wow, like I didn't do this or I did this instead of this, and now I'm here, and I'm applying this to another situation. You gotta kind of reward yourself or give yourself a pat on the back. You can't just let stuff slide. Hype yourself up a little bit, do your affirmations or whatever.
I think like with the with that, or piggyback on that, like I've been doing the thing where I try to celebrate every accomplishment, every like loss. And so like I had a friend recently who they got in a car accident. And I was like, pop some champagne to that. You gotta like, I think we pop a bottle to it. So we got some champagne and celebrate that loss, because it's like you can't change what negative things or positive things that's happened, as long as you don't indulge too much into it about the self-discipline. But there's always light in the dark in certain situations. So I feel like in my self-indulgence, like I indulge too much in the food, of course. And
that's another one of mine. I understand shopping and eating.
Because like something bad will happen in the day, and I'll just be like, I'm gonna give me a big old chicken sandwich, and so I'll go to some place and get a chicken sandwich or something. But like, like I think Kevin, you had said, future you will like, which it might feel good in the moment, but future you might not like it, or it might like it. And so like, sometimes it's good to like take a second to really be contemplative with your decisions and really contemplate like, is this better for future me? And you have to sometimes make the sacrifice and think about future you as opposed to temporary you, or I guess like present you. And so like if I want to indulge and I'm like had a bad day and I'm like, I'm gonna get a margarita, maybe 5, and then I think like, maybe let me just relax, let me not spend on margaritas, let me just go home, drink 5 glasses of water, and then I'll save that for another day. Future me will appreciate that more than present now.
Man, y'all okay. Y'all up here, okay, Yodas. Like, just mastering it all. Like, teach me something, okay? But like, you bring up a good point. Go ahead, Kevin.
I was gonna say there's a difference between like knowing all this and applying it, because it's like you might look at it and be like, oh, Kevin and Andre got it together. Don't get it twisted. Sometimes I might spend a lot on the lens, or like there's like you still have to apply it and work towards it every day.
I was gonna go back to what he just said about like celebrating the good in the situation. Like you can, digest what happened to you you got to just take baby steps and appreciate certain things, which brings me to the title of this project, Margin of Error. We focus, oh my gosh, what if this happens or this just happened? Yeah, that is this moment, or, just process how you feel, but also learn to live in the moment. Don't focus on that tiny error, and let that ruin you living your life. Don't just let life pass you by. I feel like I'm saying all these cliches, but them cliches be true sometimes. Man, margin of error.
I really like that. Like, I think, like you said, like those things happen as part of life, and like you're never gonna be in a consistent path of winning. That's why I believe in like celebrating the losses, because like that's part of the journey. That's part of the process, is to fail and stumble a little bit, and it helps you get back into a better track, as opposed to like, something bad happened and you're just like, you're like sitting and reflecting on it over and over again. It's like, nope, celebrate it. It's over. It happened. On to the next. But really think about it though. Really be in the emotions and really feel whatever's going on in your life, and then process it differently.
Going back to what Kevin just said, like applying it. Like, we know this stuff, but applying it, and and you know it.
The title.
But are you gonna do it? Thank you.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like there's like a degree in where you could fail. So like if you aim high, there's still like a margin of like error, Like you shoot for the moon, you get to shoot for the stars, you get to the moon, or like if you 1 + 1 is 2 and you say 3, you not all losses are the same, If you learn from it, it can fluctuate.
It's just power, but it's how you use it is even more powerful.
Man. Y'all, okay. I didn't know this was gonna turn into this. I thought this was gonna be a quick little thing, but y'all just be.
We're about to start a podcast. We're about to start a podcast.
On everything, like, why was I thinking that?
Might as well at this point.
I was like, shoot, I'm helping my mama with one. This actually kind of, I can get with this. How have y'all been taking this pandemic?
See, like in the beginning of the pandemic, I was in a different environment than what I'm in now. Like I said, I was in a relationship, so I was like living together, and like so in the beginning it was different because like that was like during a rocky road. So like at the beginning it was like I was just like upset all the time, and so like it's end of the year, finals, in this apartment, not getting along, and it kind of like took a mental toll on me. And then then I had summer classes and stuff, and then but now for some reason we have like higher COVID numbers than before, and more stuff is more easily accessible, readily accessible in Nebraska. And so like it's kind of like the opposite of what we should be doing, but like people are more out. And so like myself, I don't go to clubs and like that, but I just like been taking more time to like walk, or I guess like now it's cold outside. I'm not really walking, but I'm just saying it to say it. But like walking and going to the gym whenever there's nobody there. So I wait till like midnight, 1 a.m, go to the gym, and just trying to get out more, but being more proactive. And so I don't know. I guess I've been spending the amount of time thinking, and now like I have like a better plan to move forward into. Like I said, the contemplation really helps. So it's been months of making a plan, but like now that I've got an actual plan, I've just been like attacking it the past like month and a half. So it's been cool so far. I'm not gonna lie. Panoramic has saved my life.
I feel that. What about you, Kev?
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I really don't do much. So to be honest, it's been kind of lit. Like if I'm not shooting, I'm home. Like I just don't have a need to go out much. So the only thing that sucked is not being able to like travel as much as I would like. But low key I've been chilling. I don't really need to see people like that. Like I'm cool.
I think for me, it's just brought up so many emotions and past trauma that I needed to face in order for me to get to where I am right now, get my head on straight. Before the panoramic, I was going through it. So it kind of like what Andre just said, like, even before then I was going through. So it just ignited like a change in me. It just really forced me to stretch myself and just really come to terms with who I'm gonna be, not who I was. But I just noticed like a very great amount of self-growth during this time. I think I went from putting my dreams on hold to really just pursuing them. And that during this time, I just was able to just write and get better at it. That's where we at, margin of error.
I think it did help me slow down because like before the pandemic, I don't know if Andre remembers this. I was shooting a lot.
You
I
still
think
are.
I was shooting like a lot, like almost overwhelming. I don't think I could like. I was reaching the point where I was almost burnt out, and yeah, I was just almost burnt out and always overwhelmed. So it kind of like forced me to like stop and slow down for like a good while. So I think that was like a good refreshing thing for me.
I agree.
Yeah, I feel like the same. Like I was trying to be on Kevin's tip. I tried to like bring my camera with me to school every day and shoot any and everybody, and like he was shooting. He just like walking. He was just like, I'm about to do a shoot with Shad. I'm about to do a shoot with this person, and it's just like every day there was something. And I'm like, I got to a point where September was just like, I like to say the August September was really tough for me, and so there's just so much that would happen, and now I'm at a point where I'm more relaxed, and I'm like thinking of just creating more art as opposed to content. And I guess that's what I'm trying to follow through now is like I'm not because, and it's also because some copyright things happen with people taking my photos and publishing them. But like I just want to be able to not feel pressured by having to make content for social media and getting I don't know, just like when you make a post, you get the numbers, you start feeling better. So like I was like, you know what, take the time to actually develop a project, develop a book. Let me write more. I've been writing more in scripts and books and poetry myself, and so I'm like, let me just focus on these things and time to reveal.
It's like a really good time for like us as creatives. You spend so much time by yourself and you're reflecting, and then sometimes that's just stuff just flows out and it's just so organic. I think I love that. And you're not doing it for anybody else really per se, but you want other people to enjoy it the way that you enjoy it, I guess.
That's perfect.
Yeah. I'm writing all of this down because I just came off of this.
You good?
He said it got him saying my number.